Hello and welcome to the next episode of this series, which is about this leg room and of course my life. Now the title of this one's clearly giving it away. It is finally time to add in a Disney Main Street. With regards to everything else that has been going on and how we've placed the modulars, we've had a bit of a mess around with this. We've added this up onto the stand. There's some big plans in place for this. And then before we can get to the final boss level on our DC display, we have to see if we can just relocate some of these modulars so I don't have to move so much later on. So the plan of attack for today is we're going to try and get some of these modulars up on that shelf, and then all of these bits on that side and that side are going to be in a new park display that we're going to be doing for the theme park itself. The Winter Village display is looking a little bit battered, but you get the idea of what's going on with that. The Star Wars started for literally one upload and has stopped completely, and more than likely that's going to get ripped off and hidden again for a little while, which just annoys me when it's like that. What is fully complete at the moment, I'll say 90% complete, is that beautiful looking thing all the way through the loop, and then as we come down we've got this nice run. So this is exactly what I want to create for the rest of the display. You've got the nice coaster at the back, you've got the diner and all the little bits and pieces. We've just added in the burrows, and then we've got the little Ferris wheel, and then of course we've got the D&D with the dragon, Stranger Things Easter egg, and the haunted house. So we've got all of those to happen. We've got all the new D&D minifigures to add in a separate upload. The He-Man castle is staying where it is. Everything after the He-Man castle isn't. So that table is actually available, but it's just been dumped as a dumping ground for now. Ferris wheel in the back is staying where it is, but that will need a little bit of TLC and a bit of a rebuild at some point. We can make a nice diorama, but for that to happen, that and this has to come out first. There's lots of stuff in the pipeline to happen, but the main focus point is on this part of the room. Now, there is a new Batman 66 coming out. This is what has kickstarted everything. I want to have the 66 and the tumbler on display. They are massive. I have a Kallax just there. It is a beautiful looking thing. It's green. It's got stuff in it. A 8 Kallax can't do what a 2-4 Kallax needs to do. So this has to come out for a different one to go in. I've basically just got to swap it. I've already got it here, actually, which is fantastic. So at some point in separate upload, that will need to be swapped. So the shadow box will have to come out. And then we're going to have to move some of these tables. Now, if I need to shunt some of these tables, say, for example, this way, it'll make my life a lot easier if some of these aren't on here. So the plan of attack for today's upload to start with, we need to create a mini Main Street up by the Disney Castle. I am hoping we'll get a 1 and a 2.5 configuration on that shelf. Maybe a 3. It's tight because of how angled the ceiling is. It's just a pain in the backside. But I need to leave certain modulars here for a Batman Gotham City strip as well, which will be going in the unit underneath the shadow box. So there's quite a lot I need to remember and do and figure out. So we're going to end up making mini displays on this table of the Batman stuff. See what is best with this, with maybe anything else that is over here. But the diner is staying because that's Spider-Man related. So this is Bugle, forward, here and back is all Batman related. Everything as a grid of 4 here is all Marvel-y related, with the loop coaster as well. So each one has its own roller coaster. So you've got the Spidey coaster, and then you've got this beautiful looking thing down here, and we've got all of the dioramas, which I cannot wait to make up and just add loads and loads of minifigures in. I've got so many ideas for those. I've got the minifigures in the bag ready to go. So we are almost on now our final stretch of just getting things in the right place. And then that's even before we get to the stuff that's going to be on the floor. That can just wait for now. So that is going to be our overflow area. And then when we get chance, we will return to that bit. So I haven't forgotten about it. So with that being said, let's get to it. So the first thing I need to do is figure out how many base plates I can get on that shelf. Now I'm going to start on the right hand side. So it's the castle's left, our right. So we would have to move the Winnie the Pooh, the trees, the A-frame cabin, and there's another little cabin up there. Now don't get me wrong, they look fantastic up there, but they're going to look a lot better with the idea that I've got, which is a complete mashup of something that me and Jay's Toy Collection UK talked about last night, which would have been a few nights ago when this goes live. It's sort of been simmering over today with me doing this, because I've just done this morning. So check out the Harry Potter the video for this, because we got that in and that in already this morning. So we want to be making displays as clean as this. That is what the DC is going to turn into. That's going to look outstanding when that is done. But that's why I think the Disney Castle, it needs a little bit more love, because it does look like it's literally display pieces thrown on a shelf. Because it's literally display pieces thrown on the shelf. Now, it was always going to be temporary and rough. I can't move the castle. That is literally to the stud, to the roof. So there's nothing else that can go there because it's the angle of the roof. There's nothing with the shafty bit with the poker at the end. So yes, I did just say shafty poker. That is a shafty poker in between the roof, and that's just gonna have to stay there. So we will make a display of it. Now what I do need to do is actually get some light around on there so you can see that a little bit clearer. There we go, it's a little bit brighter. I've actually got the video rendering for the Harry Potter already, so just ignore that in the background, and we just need to tuck in. So I will take those off, put them here for now, because they will actually end up going on this table eventually. Depending on how many of these we can take off, we could potentially start making a mini display up on there. There's base plates on order, so when they turn up, keep your eyes peeled for a base plate video, because then all of this will get base plated. There's some good amount of base plates on the way, and then visually the impact on that's going to be fantastic. So let's get you propped, because we do like to prop you up on something. Prop of choice today is going to be angled from the Gotham PD police station. Now I will move my little step stool out the way so I don't break my neck on that. Now on the floor is the jazz club. I need to remember that that jazz club is there. That is going to go up on here. I think that's going to go up on here. So we have got, all of these are completely complete, which is fantastic. So we like a complete thing. So I'm just hoping that doing it this way round will make my life a lot easier when it comes to having to move the green Kallax. Now I'm going to get it off my chest now, because I'm going to say this quite a lot. That green Kallax cannot be twisted because it is double deep, and this roof height is an absolute pain in the backside. So the plan of attack for the stuff that we're taking off, which is obviously potentially going to be a future upload, because this could be 5 hours long by the time I've actually done all this, is we're going to see if we can get the Jurassic Park gates, put some base plates down, which will be green, and then add in potentially the Rivendell with these, and it's all the trees, and it's a park. It's just an actual park area where you can just do different bits and pieces, because it'd be nice to have a little bit of greenery. And then we can obviously just theme it to a ride of some sort. So that is the plan of attack, for having a nice amount of green in, because we've got all of the trees, we've got everything else. I did say, because of the space restrictions, the Rivendell would have to go underneath the table. Now there's absolutely no harm in doing that. There's no harm in putting that underneath the table, because we will have minimum one table of space basically now with nothing on it, and a secondary table free for an expansion of Ninjago. So that is all good potential for all of that. Now, base plates. Here we go. I've got them kind of been organised today, which is terrifying. I've got base plates where I know where they are. So I can just, don't know what that is, that can go there. Put these down. So how many have we got? We have got one 32 by 32, two 32 by 32. God, break this on this shelf. And no hope in hell for 3. Let's replace that. God, that's so bad with a 16 by 16. We've got a 16 by 16 and a bit of space. Awkward. Oh, really, really awkward. Like the fresh shop and that kind of thing I don't particularly want up there. This cannot move, nor will it make a difference if it did move. So we've got 2.5. So what are going to be the first 2 nominated sets that are going to come off onto our main street that we do not need for the Gotham display? On Main Street, you do not have a police station. The cinema is staying in Gotham. They do have food eateries there. Assembly Square's got to be an option. That's up for a shout. Assembly Square and the Jazz Club, because this Jazz Club is a bit of entertainment, which is what they have on Main Street USA. They have a bit of food on there with another food eatery. So those 2 are going up. Now that frees all of a base plate and a half on that white table. And then it leads on to what will go on the other side. Because again, this is a right swine with regards to size. Because you're going to get 1. So you're going to have it as a ratio of... I just hope. I think it will. Because the Jazz Club itself has got a narrow drop. So that should just slot in there, absolutely no problem as it is, with a little bit of a gap down the side where I can just put, I don't know, like a little tunnel down somewhere. I think it'll just make more sense with buildings beside the castle, and obviously instead of it being in a straight line like it normally would be, is you can see what we're trying to do, and it doesn't make a sodding difference if it's 2-to-1 ratio or 3-to-1 or anything, because, well, it's a theme park, so it's like that. That's how it is in the actual thing. And if you know where this actually is in the theme park, you walk up to it, you get your photos taken, you have some daylight fireworks, well, used to, and then the curtain drops and you go to all different areas of the park, because you go over that way and you go over that way. So the gaps that are left, I could just put a bit of an Easter egg and have a queue line barrier ready for it to be dropped off, and that would be a cute little thing, because that happens quite a lot, especially when you get there early. Now I know I look like I'm walking around like a headless chicken, because I am. Doctor Strange definitely staying. These townhouses look too good to move. It's definitely not going to move the Harry Potter. The Paul and Owls, that is going to be our really nasty 18+ display with regards to the Punisher Daredevil, so that's definitely not moving. And the Downtown Diner, for obvious reasons, for Spidey, is not going to be moving. The bank is not going to move. It's going to be interesting. Gonna be interesting, because I'm going to be left with the garage and the pet shop. I'm not 100% sure where it can go, so that might be its own second run. Now let's just get those up there and see what it looks like. The reason why I haven't yet is the amount of brick dust on that shelf is awful, absolutely awful. So I am going to have to grab a dustpan and brush, clean that up, and then we'll get them on the shelf. Right, I've just run out and got a dustpan and brush. Now if you're wondering why a lot of the stuff does have so much stuff on it, it's the bricks up. Oh. So that's just fallen behind the shelf, and obviously behind the shelf is the Star Wars. So I brush it the opposite way. That's now been caught by the dustpan and brush, and we are living the dream. But you can just see, I don't know what's going on with that brick. It is getting worse. So, and that is not what you want, but yeah, there's plenty in there, that is for sure. So I'll finish up sweeping up the rest of this because it's turning into a DIY program. At some point we're gonna have to get a toothbrush out and clear off all of the Star Wars stuff. I just can't be bothered to do it today. Right, back down you go, and I've done something really silly. I've just run all the way down and put the dustpan and brush back, and I haven't moved that. I hope that's not covered as well, fingers crossed. That took actually quite a while to do. It just kept coming out and out and out. Now, we're going to have to go Jazzclub first, because the height, I think. Any minifigures on the back? Because if there's any minifigures on the back from previous displays, there is. A parrot. Nope. There we go. Will the next one fit in? I will give it a big clean off camera. I'm not going to bore you with all that, but the amount of dust that's down by the Star Wars stuff now is this. Because obviously at one point we had this up there, and you can see it just gets everywhere. And I only recently, well, to be fair, it just needs to be all cleaned in one hit. That'd be a nice exciting upload, wouldn't it? How do you clean your Lego? I could sit there with a toothbrush and do a live Q&A or something. Right. Where should I put you for this? Because this is going to be a right swine. That needs to come out. In fact, I'll just keep you facing forward. Like so. And then we'll just get some really interesting nose shot. Oh my days. Any guesses what I just did? How you're not supposed to pick a modular up is from the middle of the modular, because it comes apart, doesn't it? Idiot. Right. Oh, hello. But I've been prepared, because I've actually made some space underneath here. So the modulars can get out the way if they need to. Now, can I, without standing on my laptop microphone and everything else, can I pick this up over you, because you're now in the way, the camera, everybody watching. That's my armpit. Hopefully I'm not sweating. I'm starting to now though. Oh no. Alright, I need to carry this. One hand on the roof. Got to carry this like a pizza. Oh my days. Concentration. Oh. Concentration phase. Smash, clang, bang. Do not drop that on my laptop. Thank you. Right. Fantastic. Yeah. Good, they fit. They wouldn't fit. Wouldn't fit the other way around. I'm stood in the way, aren't I? It wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit the other way around. And it is a little bit of a shame that the yellow is lost against the yellow. Yellow. But we have got that as a little Easter egg. So we'll do something down the side, and it is literally in line with that bit. And even the chimney looks. So this. I don't think there's another modular that drops by that much. Now the one thing that could go back over here could just be the A-frame cabin. But that's not a street, is it? I'm clutching at straws on that. So let me do a... I'm gonna walk round this room and make sure I have not been any more of an idiot than normal. That is going in a water display somewhere, probably down with the Ninjago. The pet shop definitely won't go up on here. Could go on there. And I just bring the burrow all the way forward. Would that solve an issue? Would that solve an issue? Ooh, you're actually rocking, but because it's got the stabilizer on the camera, I think it might hold. Because this is the same. I don't think it. Don't I want to do that or not? Do I want the space in front of it? Because this is easily could go somewhere else. This can easily come to the front. That can go there. That would go to the side because that's how it actually should be. This would go there to give us about that much space. There should be, which there is, enough space to slot that in. Right, there. So it's in. So we've got the nice run of everything, and look, it was measured, it does fit perfectly, and now we have got the burrow, and then we'd have actually a gap down there. So for the sake of it not being smashed, I'll keep it there for now, but obviously we can now just see through all of these. There's bits I will be adding on to that. I might re-change it and maybe have the pet by the Strange, because I think it might be quite fun to have some zombie animals coming out of the Doctor Strange bit. Because the pet doesn't really go with Spidey. I know you're going to say, oh, you could have a spider, but it's not sure. But yeah, we'll worry about that at different times. There's a lot more to worry about, and I do not want to drag this out any longer than it needs to. So get you back up on there. We've now got space for quite a bit on the floor. Natural History Museum. Actually, what we can do is we'll make our run here. So this is going to be our run. Underneath, this is going to be our new Kallax display. So we're going to have, if we can make it work, so it's 1.5 or 2 we can get in. I think it's going to be 2. We'll go with 2. So I have 2, a jobby, and what's the next pair? Well, it's going to have to be bookends, isn't it? That. And that. And the garage could be an Easter egg with all the cars that's around. So that's the 4. Which doesn't help because I can't fit the Natural History Museum is a base plate and a half. Out the 2, the restaurant makes more sense going up by the castle. Because could put a corner unit up there. The bank, oh, I've got 3 corners now. Oh, that's not ideal. I've got 3 corners. Pressure. Assuming that is actually only a base plate, because it might fit. Doubt it. But this side, for whatever reason, the brick is flush, whereas that, it eats over, so everything's on the wonk. Oh dear, but this now can come off. So heavy-handed. That can come off, go back here. That's one. Let's just kick whatever that is. That's the wishing well. I'm a bit lazy, that should have taken the wishing well. Break my neck on that. That can go underneath there for now. I don't know if that looks better with the Ferris wheel or the house. Oh, the big coaster. The Ferris wheel could go somewhere else with a big house. We've got massive coasters there, so we can get away with it. Not gonna lie, I say this all the time, still can't name any of the Snow White stuff, but the set is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right, base plate ready to go again. One full. Ooh, and a half. So we've got a base plate and a half, but will it fit a full base plate height underneath there? I doubt it highly. Because the townhouses are the lowest thing. Now, me being an idiot, the Natural History Museum is yet to be complete. So it could go up there for now. just don't know. I can make it work with Gotham, but I just don't know if I've got the space underneath for the little run. So I might just put it up there for the sake of it getting damaged, because it's a big thing, and if it'll fit there, because it hasn't got a roof on for now, it can just go there, and then we can easily chop and change it after. Because like I said, I'm just trying to make my life a little bit easier. I have attempted to complete this a few times now, and for whatever reason, I just open up another set and get that one completely finished and done. But I don't know. Don't know if it works up there, to be honest, but it fits for now. So it's out the way. It's not perfect. That is what I was hoping for. That's what I was after. And that's the same kind of thing that I want. But until that is in, that can just stay up there because it's the biggest, and it frees up a little bit more table space. And it's this table space that I need, which is this bit just here. And then we have got, well, we're going to have, can I fit 4 in a row? That beautiful thing is coming over here. That will come over here. Look at all of this just coming off. Leave it like that. Get this over, this bit over here. I know what I'm going to have to do in a separate upload, but we'll worry about that later on. Trees, more trees, A-frame cabin, and the Winnie the Pooh. So that is all of that. Back up and on to there. So that is it. This is just a short video, as you can tell. Obviously, you'd have seen how short the video was. The plan of this is just a midweek upload, just super quick, super easy. So yes, I do like that. I think that works absolutely fine. Not sure that a history museum will work with Disney, but I know it does work with Gotham. But like I said, I think if I remember rightly, I know what I had up there before. I had a townhouse in the corner. It was this teal one, which is what this Harry Potter is flying over, which is now Aunt May's house. Because it's the lowest ceiling out the lot, and I could then just fit in a full base plate. But I don't know if a townhouse would work well as Main Street. It's going to have to be the restaurant. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the restaurant up there, and then we're going to have half a base plate of space. So it's going to get very interesting for the this new DC upload. That's going to be a fruity thing, getting all of that together. But I think before we start to wrap it up, what I'll do is I'll quickly put the restaurant up on that corner so we've got an understanding of how it looks, I think, because it'd be a bit stupid if I did not. You're gonna go, I guess, there somewhere. I don't know what you can see. This just quickly comes back off. At least we know it fits, which is good. Because I've got all the floor space that I can put the bits and pieces on, and I've got a spare table which I can just put up as a temporary thing. So now we are very much good to go with regards to different bits and pieces. So that is that. So we've got a bit of size differencing around on that one up there. So that is what that looks like. It's a shame. So I know it would look best if I filled the gap up and had I would imagine 16 by 16 townhouse would fit just in there. But I just don't think it'll work because I don't particularly want to put Aunt May's thing on. I could be cheeky and just take that bit off, bring this over a little bit more, and it'll give us a bit more ceiling height space. And to be fair, I could do that on the other side, but that isn't needed. But that is the gist of basically Main Street for Disney, and then obviously we'll carry on with the display underneath. So this was going to be a short upload. Hopefully it's short enough anyway. This is just going to be a short midweek upload for you guys and girls to laugh at. Let me know what configuration you would put up on there, bearing in mind the stuff that we're going to do with the Gotham stuff. I will now, off camera, swap them back over because it frees up all of that table space, because I am going to have to close all of this, as I've said, get it all off, take that green thing apart because I just can't use it for what I need to do, swap it over the ones that are already on site, build them and then put them back. So that's going to be a very, very interesting DC upload. So when that happens, the modulars can then go in, which then frees up a huge amount of space on this table. So we've got this whole table for a nice greenery display, which would be very, very different and very, very luscious. And I'm hoping the Rivendell will go in there, maybe across the back, stagger all the other little bits and pieces and have the Jurassic Park gates going in. If it looks a little bit cluttered, we'll revert back to the original idea of some of it going back underneath the table. So before we actually wrap this video up, this is obviously what it looks like. And I have just put, because I thought it would be stupid if I didn't, what the pet shop would look like up there. Just as size as a half modular. So that, I think, because it's more full, looks a lot better than the restaurant by itself. It's not necessarily the right modular. The townhouse could potentially go there, but I want the townhouse down for this bit because I think you need two really to go with the Doctor Strange. And then now I can just push these back, put the Ferris wheel back up, and then that's actually more off the floor than what it would be if we just had the History Museum there. So I can just basically move the History Museum onto the gap that would have been for these two. So that's easy enough. Now let us know what you think with regards to if I should put one half modular there. What modular should it be? Should I just swap it for a townhouse? Or do the townhouses look better with the Doctor Strange? Obviously, it's supposed to be Main Street USA. I just don't know if that does work. I think that side definitely does. That side I am not 100% sold on. But that's how we're going to end the video. You guys and girls can help me out in the comment section. And then we can figure out what is the best modulars to put up there. And I think once we have a little bit more playroom with regards to the new unit going in, it'll be a little bit easier. But if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and reach the next one. Ta-da.